on health care, tax reform, and what he refers to as fake news. Meanwhile, Trump's son-in-law and close advisor Jared Kushner is facing new questions about his ties with Russia. CBS News correspondent Roxana Sabiri has details.
It doesn't bother me.
Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly is among those defending Kushner.
Anytime you have channels of communication with a country, particularly one like Russia, I wouldn't criticize it.
But others are criticizing the move, pointing out that it followed Russian interference in the election.
And one person was killed, another hospitalized following a shooting in North Charlotte this morning. Officers were called to the scene on Reagan Drive around 5:30 and found 2 people had been shot. You're listening to NCN News.
Looking for a new job? Look to ncjobsnow.com. Whether you're out of work or looking for a position that offers more opportunity and higher pay, look to ncjobsnow.com. Jobs listings from across North Carolina. Positions ranging from law enforcement to information technology, positions in healthcare, finance, advertising, sales, retail management, construction, and many other categories. New job listings are posted every day. North Carolina's new one-stop, one-site location for jobs is ncjobsnow.com.
Sportsmanship. It means a lot of things. It means showing respect for the opposing team and being a good host to our visitors. It's about modeling good behavior, not getting caught up in the emotion of the moment. Sportsmanship. It's about winning with humility and losing with dignity. It's about making high school athletics a good memory students can enjoy for years to come. Mom, Dad, Coach, Mr. Official. Are we in this together? Sportsmanship. Together, we make the right call.
A message from the North Carolina High School Athletics Association and North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance.
Drug thefts at VA hospitals appear to be on the rise.
Federal authorities have launched dozens of new criminal investigations into possible opioid and other drug theft by employees at Department of Veterans Affairs hospitals. A sign the problem isn't going away despite new prevention efforts. Data collected by the Associated Press shows 36 cases opened by the VA Inspector General's office from October 1st of last year through May 19th. The numbers are an increase from a similar period in the previous year. Back in February, the VA announced additional steps it would take to combat drug thefts, including employee drug tests. Matt Small, Washington.
This Memorial Day weekend marks the start of the 100 deadliest days on the roadways, according to AAA Carolinas. Last year, 20 North Carolina motorists and 8 South Carolina motorists died on the roads during the Memorial Day holiday. Tiffany Wright of AAA Carolina says Memorial Day travel will be at its highest level this weekend in 12 years.
It's an important time to just remind folks that there's going to be more traffic out there. There's going to be more drivers, more novice drivers, more people that aren't used to driving in certain areas as they're traveling to their destinations.
The latest Pirates of the Caribbean movie sailed into theaters this weekend, bringing with it a healthy wave of people.
The dead have taken command of the sea.
And Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales has taken command of the box office. The 5th installment of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise earned more than $62 million in its first 3 days in theaters. Meanwhile, another heavily promoted newcomer to theaters is failing.
It's up to us to restore the Baywatch brand.
Critics panned the R-rated update of the 1990s TV show. According to studio estimates Sunday, the movie version of Baywatch had earned just $18 million. I'm Ben Thomas.
All you ever need in news, weather, sports, and the best blend of the oldies is right here on the mighty 590 WCAB.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Later today, President Trump will commemorate Memorial Day with a wreath laying at Arlington National Cemetery. He returned to the U.S. from his first international trip over the weekend and started tweeting about the news media. He also defended presidential son-in-law and senior advisor Jared Kushner amid reports that some changes may be coming to the West Wing.
Trump White House overhaul on the heels of his first foreign trip as president.
I think we hit a home run.
President Trump back home considering a staff shakeup in the wake of the Russia investigation, hitting close to the Oval Office and his family. Son-in-law and advisor Jared Kushner under scrutiny but not the target of the FBI investigation. Sources say Kushner tried to set up a secret back channel with the Russian ambassador to the U.S., even after intelligence agencies found Russia tried to meddle in the election. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Kushner is accused of trying to set up that cut back channel means of communication with the Russians while the transition was underway and before the inauguration. Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly telling ABC's Martha Raddatz on This Week he cannot confirm anything, but if that is what was happening, it was not necessarily a bad thing.
It's both normal, in my opinion, and acceptable. There's any way that you can communicate with people, particularly organizations that are maybe not particularly friendly to us, is a good thing.
North Korea testing a new type of anti-aircraft system and has ordered its mass production. Japan's prime minister says his country will continue to coordinate closely with the U.S. on the situation. 8 people killed in a Mississippi shooting rampage over the weekend. Among those dead, 7 family members as well as a sheriff's deputy. Suspect Willie Godbolt told reporter Therese Apel of the Clarion Ledger newspaper he intended to die but didn't.
My intentions was to have y'all to kill me. I ran out of bullets.
Police describe it as a family fight that turned violent. You're listening to ABC News.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. With a call to National Tax Helpline, you can stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens now. Once you've qualified and enrolled, the IRS will stop all the collection activities against you. These unique programs have been allocated to help the economy and significantly reduce or eliminate your tax burden. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. If you owe the IRS $10,000 or more, call now for free information and to see if you qualify. Take down the number now for the Tax Helpline, 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055 for free information. 800-805-1055. That's 800-805-1055.
British Airways says it hopes to have things back to normal soon following the massive IT disruption that stranded thousands. Today, British Airways says it will be flying a full schedule from Gatwick Airport in London and will be running long flights only from Heathrow. A deadly parachute accident right near the Statue of Liberty as a Navy SEAL falls to his death. ABC's Lindsay Davis was there.
Witnesses say when the skydiver was in trouble, it looked like he bailed out of his parachute after it failed to open. Seconds later, he plunged into the water. The Coast Guard pulled him out near the Statue of Liberty. He was rushed to a nearby hospital, but his injuries proved too severe. That skydiver was part of the Navy's elite jump team, the Leapfrogs, known for pulling off high-flying stunts. Lindsay Davis, ABC News, Jersey City, New Jersey.
On this Memorial Day, a question: could a veteran help your company in the battle for success?
For the first time this year, the Allstate Small Business Barometer asked employers if they'd consider hiring veterans. Spokesman Octavio Pena says vets have the skills employers are looking for.
Team building, punctuality, efficiency, some of the character building skills that veterans bring to small businesses.
Pena says more than half of the respondents say they would hire vets. Many have, and the businesses that did were more successful than those that didn't. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Baltimore, the latest city, ready to explore the idea of removing its monuments to the Confederacy. This is ABC News.
A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and now for a limited time, just go to MyPillow.com, click the Radio Listener Special tab, and use promo code SKY to get 2 premium king or queen pillows and 2 additional Go Anywhere travel pillows, all for 50% off and free shipping. That's MyPillow.com, promo code SKY, or call 1-800-635-1825, 1-800-635-1825.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC.
You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular, flea and tick prevention, carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going. And remember, do-it-yourself pest control. Come into Oakland Feed and Seed. Tell them your pest or weed control problem, and they'll tell you how to solve it. It's just that simple. Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road there in Spindale.
We'll see partly cloudy skies for this Memorial Day. It'll be warm and a little humid with a slight chance of a shower or gusty storm late in the afternoon. Highs will reach about 84 to 89. Tonight, partly to mostly cloudy, a little better shot at some showers and possibly strong to severe storms, mainly in the evening. Lows later tonight, low to mid-60s. Then we'll see mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies Tuesday, perhaps a stray shower or storm. Highs tomorrow around 81 to 86. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
We're starting out here in Rutherford with 62 degrees and partly cloudy skies. Should be warming up to about 84, and we're going to hold off the rain showers until late this afternoon in order to get into the Memorial Day ceremony in downtown Forest City. So come on out to that at 11 o'clock today. Toward the weekend, Friday, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of scattered showers, and same on Saturday, scattered showers expected, and then again on Sunday next week. Again, right now, though, it is 62 degrees and cloudy, partly cloudy skies. And today we're being kind to Flora Harris. She lives over in the White House community, turns 84 today, so we want to wish Flora Harris a happy birthday. Now I have these death announcements this morning. Sharon Weiss Butler, age 61 of Forest City, died Friday at her residence. Funeral services will be held 4 o'clock today in the Chase Baptist Church with visitation in the fellowship hall from 2 until 4 prior to the service. Burial will follow in the Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. Pageant and King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements for Sharon Butler. Mr. Robert Hugh Sims, age 63 of Tryon Road, Rutherfordton, passed away Thursday at hospice. A graveside service and brief visitation will be held 10 a.m. Tuesday at Eternal Hills Memorial Park. Crow's Mortuary is assisting the family of Robert Hugh Sims. Myrtle Reed Greenholtz, age 72 of Forest City, died Friday at her residence. Memorials, the Pageant King Mortuary and Crematory is in charge of the arrangements, and the funeral service will be held at 11 o'clock Monday in the Trinity Wesleyan Church with Reverend Larry Seegers officiating. Visitation will be from 6 until 8 at Pageant King. That was held last night, the visitation. For Myrtle Reed Greenholtz. Ronald Bohue Hawkins, 70, passed away Saturday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The family will receive friends today, 1 until 2 o'clock at Eggers Funeral Home in Cliffside. A funeral service will be held today at 2 o'clock in the chapel of Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside. Burial will be at Cliffside Cemetery with military honors. Arrangements are entrusted to Eggers Funeral Home of Cliffside for Ronald Bo Hugh Hawkins. Barbara Ann Murray Skipper, age 71 of Forest City, passed away Friday at Fairhaven. The funeral service will be held at 11 o'clock Tuesday at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to the service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Barbara Ann Murray Skipper. Shannon Brandel, age 50 of Ellenboro, passed away Thursday, May 25th at Spartanburg Regional Medical Center. The funeral service will be conducted at 5 o'clock Tuesday at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral and Cremation Services has been entrusted with the arrangements for Shannon Brandel. Ernest Ronell Dotson, age 86 of Ellenboro, passed away Thursday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The funeral service will be conducted at 2 o'clock Wednesday, May 31st at the Harrelson Funeral Chapel. Burial will follow in the Rutherford County Memorial Cemetery. The family will receive friends 1 hour prior to service time at the funeral home. Harrelson Funeral Home is serving the family of Ernest Ronell Dodson. Donald H. Fox, age 88 of Rutherfordton, died Thursday at Rutherford Regional Medical Center. The memorial service will be at the Memorial Garden of First United Methodist Church, Rutherfordton, at 11 o'clock Thursday. There will be no formal visitation held. Mike Mahan's Funeral Home and Cremation Service is in charge of the arrangements for Donald H. Fox.
Money for abortions, and now poor Planned Parenthood's facing their biggest battles yet on many fronts. The cash they get from Obamacare is being threatened, and there are several bills in Congress to strip even more money away from them. CBS lists the services the organization provides, like cancer screenings and contraception, but somehow no mention of a Planned Parenthood service we learned about last year, selling harvested baby parts from their abortions. CBS does admit that Planned Parenthood gets large donations, like the $1 million gift from Facebook bigwig Sheryl Sandberg, but we're told it's not realistic to expect the organization to operate on just donations if taxpayer money dries up. And we're told it's not the job of charities to fund health care. Well, concerned journalists and activists should look at the Constitution. They'll find it's not the job of taxpayers to fund Planned Parenthood either. Which brings us back to their original question. Could Planned Parenthood survive without federal funds? Maybe, maybe not. Let's find out, shall we? I mean, they said that they want to start women bragging about the abortions they've had. Let's see how much money that can raise.
Are you still waiting for the best time to own silver? Here's what best-selling financial author John Rubino says about silver.
I think silver's going to $200 an ounce.
Over the past 10 years, demand from solar to electronics has grown twice as fast as supply, leaving a 100 million ounce annual deficit, causing the world's largest investment bank to stockpile over $1 billion worth. And now China is buying. With silver trading at only 40% of its all-time high, it could be the perfect diversification to record high stocks and global unrest. To learn more, call my friends at Lear Capital at 800-877-1199 for their latest report, The Case for $200 Silver. See why the silver price may be poised to reach new highs. Call 1-800-877-1199. The report is free. Then ask how you can get up to $500 in free silver with a qualifying purchase. Just pay shipping. Call 1-800-877-1199. That's 800-877-1199.
Parents, who is your student's favorite teacher? Well, now's the time to nominate him or her for the WCAB Favorite Teacher of the Year Award. The lucky teacher will get a host of prizes donated by local merchants, including a favorite teacher wall plaque, dinner for two, a free massage, manicure and pedicure, dozen donuts, apples for the teacher, owls tickets, and much, much more. So nominate your teacher by sending the name of the teacher, the grade and school in which they teach, and the name of the one making the nomination. All active teachers are eligible. The name of the teacher can be sent one of four ways. Email to WCAB Favorite Teacher at yahoo.com or mail it to Favorite Teacher, WCAB, Post Office Box 511, Rutherford, North Carolina 28139, or fax it to 828-287-7182, or just bring it by the station at 191 Whiteside Road in Rutherford. Now, no phone calls, please, and the drawing will be held June the 5th on the morning show with Jim Bishop. So get that nomination in today.
Friends don't let friends tune to any other radio station. Good friends recommend AM 59. Shouldn't you be a good friend?
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide daycare services for an aging parent or loved one. Rutherford Life Care can be just what you're looking for. Rutherford Life Care offers adults a safe and fun place during the day for medical monitoring, nutritional meals, and daily activities. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. Call them today and let them answer questions you may have. That's 288-1697, 288-1697. Rutherford Life offers a staff of professionals who show the love and compassion that you entrust your loved ones to. That's Rutherford Life Care Services, located on Thunder Road, Spindale. Again, that phone number is 288-1697. I'm happy to report to you today that Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System is now open. Part of that good news is that Jerry Benfield is the man to do the work for you. Jerry has over 16 years of experience, and if you want it done right, bring your automobile to Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. If it has to be done with mufflers or exhaust system, don't guess at it. Let Jerry do it right the first time. They're in the building across from Staley Pallets, West Main Street, Forest City, just a couple of doors up from Southern Carpet. And they're open Monday through Friday from 8 until 5. Remember the name, Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System. They're right across from Staley's Pallet Company and just a few doors up from Southern Carpet. Jackson Custom Muffler and Exhaust System.
Not
a big man, Robert Leatherwood stood only 5 foot 5 inches tall and weighed about 130 pounds, wringing wet. Born in North Carolina, he was a Confederate during the Civil War and eventually migrated to Tucson, Arizona, where he became a lawman. Because of his size and fearlessness, Leatherwood became known as the Little Giant. His greatest contribution was serving the public, both as a lawman and as a politician. He served 2 terms as county sheriff, on the Tucson City Council, as Tucson's mayor, and 3 terms in the territorial legislature. He was responsible for bringing the railroad to Tucson. Leatherwood was an almost illiterate, blustery man. The story is told of him betting a fellow poker player $20 that he didn't know the Lord's Prayer. The other man took him up on the bet and started, "Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep." Leatherwood interrupted him, saying, Okay, you win," and threw him a $20 gold piece. The heroic deed that started Leatherwood off on his political career took place on May 22, 1886. He and 2 other lawmen were chasing Geronimo and 14 Apache with a white captive. The 3 lawmen accidentally stumbled onto the camp of the Apache. Leatherwood's 2 companions pulled on their horses' reins and turned to run. But Leatherwood charged into the Apache camp, sending Geronimo and the others running. For weeks, Leatherwood was hailed as a hero. Then finally he confessed that he had also tried to turn his horse, but the gunfire spooked the horse and it ran out of control through the camp. You've just heard another story from Chronicle of the Old West. I'm Dakota Livesay.
It's 17 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Memorial Day, Monday, the 29th of May. Let's turn our attention now to the telephones and call over to the Sheriff's Department and somebody else working today. David Chapman, good morning.
Good morning, Jim. How are you?
Doing well. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Tell us what's been happening in the world of crime fighting over the weekend.
Well, in the past 48 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office responded to 269 calls, made 11 arrests. Currently have 193 incarcerated in the county jail. On our incident reports, we've got a David Howell Skipper of Forest City reported incidents of misdemeanor B&E. A Johnny Willard Boone, Butler Street, reported incidents of injury to personal property. Francis Earl Rowland of Rutherford reported incidents of B&E to a motor vehicle, larceny from a vehicle, and uttering a forged instrument. Holly Marie Tate reported incidents of misdemeanor larceny. Megan Brooke Thacker reported incidents she reported instance of a welfare check. William J. Hemrick of Bostick reported instance of damage to personal property. Crystal Newton of Rutherford reported instance of a dog bite. Trista Renee Hill Rutherford reported incident of assault on female. R Central High School reported incident of assault and battery. And on our arrest reports, we've got a Lacey Jane Scoggins of Bostick, charged with 2 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. So she was held under a $2,000 secured bond. April Annette McClure, Newton Cole Road, charged with 1 count driving license revoked. She was released under a $1,000 unsecured bond. Michael Sean Green Missouri Street in Spindale, charged one count of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Don't see a bond listed on that one. Ivy June Lamb of Ballpark Road in Spindale, charged with a school attendance law violation. Like it was a criminal summons. Audra Mae Hines, Hammock Drive in Ellenboro, charged one count of assault and battery and one count of communicating threats. Looks like it was also a criminal summons. Brandy Nicole Watts, Henrietta Street in Ellenboro, charged one count of simple assault. Looks like it was a criminal summons. Alan Bradley Connor of Oscar Justice Road in Rutherford, charged with 4 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor and 1 count of failure to comply. So he was held under a $13,500 secured bond. So Jordan Christopher Williams, Forest Park Drive in Kannapolis, charged with 17 counts of identity theft and 1 count of forgery of instrument. So he was held under a $100,000 secured bond. Jason Eugene Price, Kaiser, North Carolina, was served with a criminal summons for a school attendance law violation. Donald Keith Robbins, North Quail Run in Forest City, charged 1 count of communicating threats. So it was a criminal summons. Jerry Nathaniel Ellickson, Newhouse Road, Ellenboro, charged 2 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, placed under a $1,000 secured bond. Jamar Jarrell Clemens, Scott Street in Kannapolis, North Carolina, charged with 15 counts of identity theft and 1 count of forgery of a item, and it looks like he was placed under $85,000 secured bond. Michael Christopher Blankenship, Dixie Trail Drive in Forest City, charged 1 count of assault on a female, 1 count of communicating threats, and was also served with an outstanding warrant on communicating threats. He was held under, or he was released under a $20,000 unsecured bond. Anthony Dwight Coates of Sunburst Drive in Rutherford, charged 1 count of assault on a female, 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. It's like, I don't see a bond listed on that one. Aaron Howard Yelton, Kitten Trail in Forest City, charged 1 count of communicating threats. Looks like it was a criminal summons. Todd McKinley Mann Sr., 3rd Street in Caroline, was charged with going armed to the terror of the people and simple assault. So he was released on a $1,000 unsecured bond. Marvin Lewis Wilson of Sites Drive in Forest City, charged with assault on a female. Looks like it was a criminal summons. Amber Nicole Cobb, Rock Corner Road in Forest City, charged 1 count of communicating threats, and it was a criminal summons. Cora Lynn Hudson, Moses Lane in Bostic, was served with a criminal summons for misdemeanor larceny. Mark Twain Van Dyke of Boston Sunshine Highway in Bostic was served with a criminal summons for assault and battery. Ray Dwayne Wilson, Georgia Avenue in Forest City, was charged with failure to appear on a misdemeanor, placed under a $2,000 secured bond. And Fantasia DeAndre Jackson, Portsford Road in Rutherford, was charged with misdemeanor conversion, believe it was going to be a criminal summons as well. And that's all we got this morning, Jim.
Deputy Chairman, I just wish y'all would get a little busy over there.
Well,
pretty busy weekend, it sounds like. Thanks for the.
It does sound like it.
Thanks for the report, and you have a safe day out there today.
All right, same to you. Have a good Memorial Day.
All right, bye-bye. That's Deputy Chairman reporting in from the Sheriff's Department. We'll get to the next phone call right after this.
Rutherford Surgical Associates offers expert treatment of conditions ranging from hernias and appendicitis to diseases of the lungs, chest, abdomen, liver, and stomach. Our surgeons also deliver expert wound care at Rutherford Wound Care in Hyperbarics in Forest City. Rutherford Surgical Associates is welcoming new patients, and more information is available at 828-286-1743 or online at www.myrutherfordregional.com/general surgery.
If you have a catering job, it needs to be done professionally. You want to impress folks with your ability to make plans, and call Gregory's 287-2171, 287-2171. Gregory's makes special efforts to make sure that you're satisfied with it and your guests are happy and satisfied as well. Gregory's Original. Choose Gregory's for dinner or lunch in the Park Lane Plaza, Rutherford, 287-2171.
Here's what our customers think about McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC.
I love my McCurry Deck Buick.
I love my McCurry Deck Chevrolet.
We love our McCurry Deck GMC. We guarantee you'll love McCurry Deck Chevrolet Buick GMC for city.
I am definitely a McCurry Deck customer for life.
I love the price and the McCurry Deck Customer for Life Rewards program. It gives you up to $3,000 or more in rewards.
Take the easy drive to savings. McCurry Deck for city. Discover the rewards of being a customer for life.
Now here's Carrie with the report from 911 Communications. Carrie, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What's on the report?
In the past 48 hours, Rutherford County Sheriff's Office 911 Communications has processed 980 911 administrative calls. EMS had 72, Rescue had 32, Sheriff's Office had 269, Park City 154, Lake Lure 43, Rutherford 43, Spindale 155, Bills Creek responded to a motor vehicle accident. Boswick responded to a motor vehicle accident. Ellenborough responded to a residential fire alarm. Park City an industrial fire alarm. Green Hill responded to a residential fire alarm. Rutherfordton responded to a motor vehicle accident. Rutherfordton also responded to an industrial fire alarm. Spindale responded to an industrial fire alarm, and Union Mills a residential fire alarm, and that was all.
Carrie, those fire alarms, was that related to the storm that came through on Saturday night? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but I'm sure it probably was.
Okay. Thanks, Carrie. You have a great day.
Uh-huh.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Just a reminder, all the landfills and convenience centers are closed today. Miracle Ear is one of those places that I highly recommend. I don't have hearing aids myself, but if I did need one, that's who I would go to. Many of my friends have gone there, and if you want to hear better and want to be able to hear sounds you haven't been able to hear in a long, long time, not have to turn the volume up so loud, it is can be embarrassing if you have a hearing loss and don't do anything about it. But it's not embarrassing to do something about it. It's a smart move. Remember, a hearing loss is more noticeable than a hearing instrument anytime. If you'll get in touch with Lisa Terry at Miracle Ear at 447-7716 and get that free hearing test and proceed from there, you'll be much happier, and so will the folks around you. Ruby Taylor is on the phone now from SDO Fire District. Good morning, Ruby.
Good morning.
What's on your report?
Well, the fire department didn't have any calls, and on my birthday counter, I've got Joan Blake having birthdays, and Mr. and Ms. Kyle Sisk and Mr. and Ms. Warren Hopper is having anniversary, and hope these people have a nice day, and the signs are in the heart today and tomorrow. And Jim, that's all I got.
Ruby, I do appreciate it. Have a good Monday.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
29 past 7.
Hot temperatures on the highway can be brutal on your automobile. RS Speedy Lube is there to help keep your automobile running clean. Keep the oil changed regularly. They'll check the fluids and vacuum the car. Next door, get the service you need on brakes, radiator, exhaust, CV joints, and radiator flush. RS Service Center also includes service on big trucks and campers. For the best car wash, it's the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash. RS Speedy Lube Service Center is a complete service center inside, outside, and down under Railroad Avenue, Rutherfordton.
30 minutes after 7, we're being kind to Flora Harris today. Lives over in the White House community. Turns 84, so happy birthday to Flora Harris. Now let's turn our attention to Rumbling Bowl up beautiful Lake Lure. And here's Steve. Steve, would your boss not let you off today either?
No. I got to talk to the guy that made the schedule.
I'll tell you right now.
He's in trouble. Yeah, it's 62 degrees here. Didn't have any rain in the gauge this morning, but we got plenty of rain recently, so we'll have a couple days off from it. We'll be good. Man, it was a busy weekend. 3 weddings and golf. Bunch of golf groups here. Of course, it's supposed to be busy. This is the opening weekend.
Yeah.
And, of course, it's a day we honor our veterans, too. So we don't want to forget that.
That's right.
Yes, sir. We had a lot of events this weekend. The pools are open, and the restaurants are just going full bore. So we're chugging along wide open, and the event, the breakfast for the Bills Creek Fire Department put on, and I got that wrong again. The Fairfield Mountains Volunteer Fire Department put on this weekend. Sunday, yesterday, it was very successful out here. So a lot of folks came over and got something good to eat, gave some donations, and it was a good cause, and everybody walked away fat and happy. So it's a good event every year, and it continues to be successful, and I'm surprised they don't do it more. The ladies said that they have to cook the breakfast probably won't like me saying that, but it is a popular event.
Yeah. Steve, did that storm hit pretty bad up there Saturday night?
Ooh, man, we didn't get what they got in Lake Lure. Of course, everybody's seen the Facebook post where they all the tables and the tents were just knocked over from the winds. Over there, they had an event where vendors were selling their goodies, and I guess overnight, boy, it really knocked them out. We lost electricity actually for about 3 hours here.
Yeah.
So we didn't get the rain that a lot of folks got, but we sure got some wind, and I didn't get reports of many fallen trees, but I think right here at Rumbling Bald proper, we didn't sustain too much as they did on the other side of the lake, so we got lucky there.
I think it hit pretty bad. It's just sections of the county. There was some power. We had some power outage at my house, but I don't think the storm was very bad. But other folks talking about how bad it was. Woke them up. I slept right through it.
Well, I don't get to sleep through those. My dogs will always wake me up. I got a couple of nervous Nelly dogs.
I know. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
So.
Well, listen. You have a great Memorial Day up there, and we'll check in with you tomorrow.
Okay, Jim.
Thanks, Steve.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. That's the Rumbling Ball reporter, Steve. Well, 7:33 and across the road here, Farmers Friends Feed Seeded Supply is open today. They're open over there right now, so come on over to get what you need to work in your flower beds or work in your lawn or your garden or take care of the pets. They also now, by the way, are the authorized Mary Tiller dealer. They've got a Mary Tiller over there for $8.49. If you like the Mary Tiller, they've got them now, the authorized dealer. They have a lot of other new and used farm equipment, so check with those. Outdoor chemicals for the spring and summer, good prices on those. And they carry a full line of Neutrino products, lots of Neutrino cracked corn, the scratch, the layer crumble, and the layer pellets. Check with Farmer's Friend Feed Seed and Supply, and they'll be glad to assist you. And they are open today, running full speed ahead over there on Whiteside Road, right across the road here.
The Recliner Center is happy to introduce new styles of Spring Air mattresses. Some come with the cool gel that you're going to love. Remember the days when you could flip your mattress? Well, Spring Air is now offering the flippable mattress. Check out these for a really great night's sleep. The Recliner Center is needing to make room for some new styles of lift chairs, recliners, and sofas, and you're going to get some special deals on the floor models and extra inventory in the store. Now, you always know you get the best deals in town at the Recliner Center, and now's the best time to go shopping. shopping. Check on the inventory of new recliners, sofas, and lift chairs coming in. Now, some of the styles have a new water-repellent fabric. Water beads up instead of soaking into the fabric. Leave it to the Recliner Center to offer you the best choices and best prices. Ask to see the new wall hugger style furniture. Hours are Wednesday through Friday 9 to 5 and Saturday 9 to 2. The Recliner Center on Cooper's Gap Road in Rutherfordton.
Florida City Owls have an opening game tonight. They have the first game of the season tonight in special events with Memorial Day. And Phil Dangle, the owner of the Owls, will be here with me in the studio this morning at 8:35 along with the new coach. I have not met the new coach yet, but we'll meet him together this morning at 8:35 right here in the Blue Room as we prepare for tonight's big game. Here's Bob Hodge now up at Hudlow with the report from the Hudlow Volunteer Fire District. Good morning, Bob.
Well, good Memorial Day morning.
Yes, and it's a beautiful one. It is turning out to be a beautiful day, isn't it?
That's right. It's going to be a beautiful day. Might get a few of them thunderstorms again, so.
Yeah, hopefully later on in the day.
Yeah, maybe late today. But we had a pretty good one come through Sunday morning there, about between 1 and 1:30 there, so. Had a lot of rain and wind in it.
Do you know how much damage it in your area that it caused with the trees?
We had a few trees blowed down, but other than that, it's all right. But looked like up Lake Lure damaged a lot up there where they had stuff set up.
Yeah.
So, everything. But Jim, up here with our fire department, we had a few medical calls and a couple of calls to trees down. And that's about it with the fire department. Didn't have any fires or bad accidents or anything so far, so that's good. Let's say happy anniversary to Martha and Warren Hopper there this morning. And Jim, that's about it up here, and I hope you have a real good Memorial Day and everything be pretty quiet with us up here.
Thanks, Bob. I appreciate that. You enjoy your day, too, and I hope things are quiet.
All right. I'll see you in the morning.
See ya. Bye. Bob Hodge reporting this morning. 37 past the hour of 7 o'clock, and we have 62 degrees, and the sun is beginning to shine. 11 o'clock this morning, downtown Forest City, the Memorial Day ceremony takes place. Always a very good program to honor those folks gone before us who lost their lives fighting for our rights here in this country. Join us at 11 o'clock for that downtown.
Stop into Save-A-Lot Grocery and save big money every day. Choose from a variety of name brand merchandise at incredible low prices. Save big on fresh meats, vegetables, pastries, frozen foods, deli items, and so much more. They are located in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale. Hours are Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. until 9 p.m. and Sunday, 10 a.m. until 8 p.m. That's Save-A-Lot Grocery Store in the White Oaks Plaza in Spindale.
I told my friend about Olmsted Plumbing, and boy, was she happy.
What did she have to say?
I told her to call 245-7302, and they would get right out there.
And did she say she would?
I told her to ask around. Homeowners, builders, and everybody likes Olmsted. Eric and Chad Olmsted and their team understand the homeowners' needs, and I like that.
They have an inventory of replacement parts and specialized equipment and tools for any job.
I told her that, too.
Well, what was that number again?
245-7302. That's 245.
Yeah, I got it. 245-7302. Olmsted Plumbing. Now at 7:39, let's head toward Cherry Mountain Fire District and talk with the spokesperson over there. Sue Price, good morning.
Good morning, Jim.
How you feeling this morning?
I'm feeling okay. How are you?
Doing good. Now that I'm seeing the sunshine out there, I'm happy.
Oh, no, it's a beautiful morning. Looks like we're going to have a nice day for Memorial Day. Might get a little rain later, but that'll be okay, too. I started out at 61 degrees, so it's nice out there. And let's see, I have absolutely no birthdays on my calendar. I didn't have any calls from the fire department. Nothing on my personal calendar, and Fairview doesn't have anything for today. First Broad has a birthday for Annie Lou Jones. I hope she'll have a good day today. And in my announcements, the Hollis School Reunion is coming up Saturday, June the 3rd, over at Big Springs Baptist Church Family Life Center. And everyone is invited. Everyone that attends the Hollis School is invited to come out and enjoy this. the meal will be served at 5 o'clock. And the center's going to open up at 3 o'clock. You can come on early and just enjoy the fellowship. And then the meal's at 5 o'clock. The cost of the meal is $11. And if you didn't get your letter and didn't get your name in earlier, Bob Shuford called, and he said you could still call him and reserve the meal and pay for it at the door. And his number is 704-434-6026, and he'll take care of that for you. You can pay at the door and enjoy the meal if you want to do that. And so come on out and then see some old friends and classmates maybe. We are getting a little less in our attendance, but a lot of us are getting older and some have passed on, but we still have a good time when we go. And so far, Jim, that's the only announcement I have. It's just quiet and calm over this way, looking for a good day, and I hope you'll have one.
Thanks very much, Sue. Enjoy yours, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay,
right,
bye-bye.
It's a for sure thing. Sisk Family Ford in Forest City is earning a quality reputation for offering an attractive inventory of new and used cars and trucks. If you want a new Ford truck, you'll be a smart shopper to let Sisk Family Ford quote you a deal. From a car for the newlywed to the car for the large family, let the Sisk Family Company help your family get the best deal. Stop by and welcome Terry Date back to Forest City. Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Well, the Braves on Friday night, they beat the Giants 2-0. And then on Saturday, the Giants came back and beat the Braves 6-3. Then on Sunday, the Giants beat the Braves 7-1. And the Coca-Cola 600 winner was Austin Dillon. Now, our first Owls game is coming up on Wednesday night. First day of the month, we'll have the Owls in Gastonia playing right here on the radio. So join us for that. 7:42, we're going to the phones right now and check in on Brenda Kelly up in the big state of Union Mills, the great state of Union Mills. Good morning, Brenda.
Good morning. How are you on this magnificent holiday Monday?
It's all of those above, and I feel great.
That's good.
How you doing?
To hear it. I'm doing fine. The sun's coming up, and it's looking good.
It is going to be a beautiful day.
Yeah, we hope everybody has a safe day today. Just be careful in all your cookouts and your doings and things. And
you got your barbecue fixed up already? Been grilling that barbecue overnight?
no, I had a big old dinner at church yesterday.
Oh.
We had our memorial service, and then we had a big old dinner afterwards, so that was my highlight of the weekend.
I bet that was good.
But we did have barbecue there.
I bet that was
so
good.
I ate a little bit of it. We had barbecue and ham and meatloaf and chicken and just everything you could think of. We had it.
Preacher didn't eat too much, did he?
Well, he probably did, but I wasn't in there to watch him. I don't know. Now, he was in line behind me at the dessert table.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
But and then we're going to have another meal Wednesday night. We have one on the 5th Wednesday night of each month, so this month is the 5th Wednesday night, and that's also be our preacher's birthday, so he's looking forward to all that.
The one thing I found out about the Baptists, they do love to eat.
Oh, I think everybody loves to eat. Don't matter if you're Baptist, Presbyterian, or what. If there's a meal, people like to eat, don't they?
I tell you, being a potluck dinners are really part of the Americana.
And good fellowship and good clean entertainment and stuff. We had some singers up, and they did a good job. So we just had a big old day yesterday. So,
Good.
Everybody had a good time. Well, let's see. I've got 54 degrees on the front porch, and we had 0.2 of an inch of rain, and that was way early yesterday morning, that storm y'all was talking about. I slept through it, too. I was tired, so I just slept right through it. And then I don't have but one birthday today, and that's Miss Flora Harris. That's the lady you're being kind to. I believe she's 84, and she lives in the White House community. I don't have any on Round Hill or Macedonia. In ways of announcements, the Union Mills Learning Center on June the 2nd We'll have a hamburger and hot dog meal, and the cost is $5, and it starts at 6 p.m. After the supper, they'll have music performed by Randy Flack. And then we got a Union Mills Community Blood Drive, Saturday, June the 3rd, 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can call Pam at 828-429-2432 to schedule your appointment. You get a free T-shirt, free $10 Walmart card, and 200 TBC reward points. Then we got a hamburger and hot dog supper at Dyersville Baptist Church Fellowship Hall, Saturday, June the 3rd from 4 to 7 p.m. You can have choice of hamburger or 2 hot dogs with all the trimmings, a choice of potato salad, chips, baked beans, pickle, dessert, and drink for $7. Single hamburgers for $3.50, single hot dogs for $2. And I think that's got me covered.
All right, Brenda, I do appreciate the Monday morning report from you, and you have a cheerful day up there, and we'll get back together tomorrow morning, see if anything news happened.
Okay, you have a good one. We'll catch you later.
Thanks, Brenda. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Well, we're going to take time now for birthdays and anniversaries. We're running behind time a little bit this morning, so if you are celebrating today, 29th of May, call those in to us. Lou's standing by out there to take your birthday call, and we'll put all those together and have a drawing for one of Granny B's cakes. So call now. Let's celebrate birthdays and anniversaries for this 29th day of May. Birthdays, anniversaries coming up next right here on the Morning Wake Up Call. And we'll be back to celebrate them in just a moment.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance. Helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
If you take a lot of pride in how your floors look and it's time to regenerate them, maybe new carpet, new floor covering, then I suggest you turn to Southern Carpet and look to them for that kind of guidance and what's best for you and your family and the traffic flow that you have in and out of your house. Maybe your budget, something perfect for your budget can be found at Southern Carpet. They love to work with you in that term, and they'll never pressure you, never put any extra pressure on you to buy something. They want you to be happy and satisfied. They built their business on that since 1993. Joel and Lynn Tony set out to be the best they could be in this carpet and floor covering business and never pressured anybody into anything, but helped you walk through the process of making the decision. They sell good merchandise. They treat people fair. They have a great work ethic. Why don't you consult Southern Carpet before your next job? 1512 West Main Street, right across from North State Gas Company. That telephone number is 245-0310. The entire team at Crow's Funeral Home and Cremation Services can help you with options available. They will help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved one. During this time, it's important to turn to someone you can trust and depend on. Crow's Mortuary and Crow's Mortuary and Crematory has a long history of trust and dependability. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory. That's 286-2304. People love the cakes from Granny B's for weddings or anniversaries or birthdays. If you have one coming up, you'll love those cakes too. Granny B's got a lot of experience baking them. Why don't you contact her at 286-9012, 286-9012, and see how good those cakes really are. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Maybe those pedophores might work out just well. Happy birthday. Well, happy birthday to Flora Harris of the White House community. Flora's 84 today, celebrating a birthday today. And also Lou's running back here with a list of names. Let's see who else is on that list. What's that? Kenley Lauder is 10, the student at Sunnyview Elementary in Polk County. Melissa Horton is 50, owns Sema Styles in Forest City. Daniel Blankenship of Rutherfordton is 35. And Perry Smith had a birthday yesterday, Sandy Mush. Danieltown, he works at the Danieltown Convenience Center. So we want to wish all these folks a happy, happy birthday. And I'll be back in a moment to have a drawing to see who's going to win that cake from Granny B's.
We often fear the unknown. Many have experienced the first mortgage jitters or the trepidation of moving to a new city because of a job transfer, or worse yet, no job at all. The number of times the psalmist talked about overcoming fear indicates he certainly knew what it was. Harold Myra tells of browsing in a Delaware Water Gap gift shop and noticing a card with the following verse, "And I said to the man who stood at the gate of the year, 'Give me light, that I may tread safely into the unknown.' And he replied, 'Go out into the darkness, and put your hand into the hand of God. That shall be to you better than light, and safer than the known way.'" The songwriter said, "I don't know about tomorrow. I just live from day to day. I don't borrow from its sunshine, for its skies may turn to gray. I don't worry for the future, for I know what Jesus said, and today he walks beside me, for he knows what is ahead. Many things about tomorrow I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know who holds my hand. As you go about your tasks today, put your hand in the hand of the man who calmed the troubled sea." This is Bill Hostler with today's Key to Confident Living. Scripts for today's Key to Confident Living are now available in book form by calling toll-free 1-888-333-KEYS.
And big congratulations going out to Daniel Blankenship of Rutherfordton. Daniel's 35, and he just won the cake from Granny B's. We'll have that certificate right here for you, Daniel. Stop by. Now, coming up the third hour, we got special guests in the Blue Room on this Monday morning. Phil Dangle, the owner of the Owls, and also the coach will be here with me, talk about tonight's game and the season, what's happening this year.
WCAB News. I'm Mike Rayleigh. North Korea fired another ballistic missile overnight, part of an escalating series of tests. The missile is believed to be a Scud-class short-range ballistic missile that Japan says could have easily hit an airplane or a ship in the area. Ben Tracy reports from Beijing.
North Korea has now conducted 9 missile launches this year, 3 in just the past 3 weeks. The latest comes after the country claimed its leader, Kim Jong-un, oversaw a successful test of a new anti-aircraft system this past weekend. Japan was quick to condemn the new missile launch, as was South Korea, whose new president has said he wants better relations with North Korea.
Authorities say a mentally ill man fatally shot his father and then killed himself in front of his wife and mother in North Carolina before police could intervene. Morehead City Police announced that officers found 67-year-old Kenny Burney Sr. dead when they were called to the home over the weekend. President Trump defends his son-in-law as others others raise questions.
I'm Tom Foti. Back from a long overseas trip, President Trump returned to Twitter too in a big way on Sunday, tweeting about matters foreign and domestic, but mostly about what he likes to call fake news. Still, he sent a statement to one major member of that defending his son-in-law, the subject of recent reports about allegedly unreported 2016 contacts with Russia. In a statement to the New York Times, Mr. Trump said Jared Kushner is doing a great job for the country.
With the increased holiday traffic on the water, law enforcement officers will be conducting sobriety checkpoints and promoting public awareness to deter impaired operation. Gary Perez is a New Bern boater and tells WITN News he feels pretty safe on the water.
It's really not a concern of mine because I think that most boaters are pretty responsible. There's always going to be the person that, proves me wrong, but for the years I've been down here, it's been very safe.
You're listening to NCN News.
A Beautyrest Platinum mattress brings you innovative design and superior style. Have you experienced elegantly orchestrated sleep? With Beautyrest Platinum, you will. It's not about finding the right setting or choosing a number. You can enjoy the precision and control that results from individually pocketed coils flexing to your unique shape and air-cooled gel memory foam adapting to keep you comfortable, all without you lifting a finger. Experience a Beautyrest Platinum sleep system tonight.
Are you currently uninsured and struggling to pay for your prescription medications? NC MedAssist, a charitable statewide pharmacy, provides free prescription medications for those who are low income and uninsured in North Carolina. Please call us today at 704-536-1790 as enrollment guidelines do apply. Put your health first. Find out how NC MedAssist can eliminate the choice of buying food or medicine. Call 704-536-1790 or visit medassist.org to learn more. Don't go another day without your prescription medications.
One person was killed, another hospitalized following a shooting in North Charlotte this Memorial Day morning. Officers were called to the scene on Reagan Drive around 5:30 a.m. and found 2 people shot. There's some peace this Memorial Day for Deborah Crosby, whose father's plane was shot down in Vietnam over 50 years ago. Navy Lieutenant Commander Frederick P. Crosby was presumed dead, but his body was never found, but that changed last year. Correspondent Shelley Adler has more.
Ever since she found out about her father's death, Deborah Crosby never gave up on making sure his remains were found, and her dream finally came true a year ago.
This was a huge fish pond full of clay and mud, and they emptied it, and they found his ring and his lighter and his uniform.
And on Friday, his body in an American flag draped casket arrived in San Diego.
I'm just overwhelmed with seeing the plane drive up and all of the uniforms and all of the respect.
Crosby walked forward, touched the casket, and embraced her 3 brothers.
It's nice to be able to let out the tears and to have some relief.
I'm Shelley Adler.
This Memorial Day weekend, communities big and small are paying tribute to the nation's war dead.
I'm Bruce Marcus in St. Germain, Wisconsin, where the annual ceremony at a local park was cut short because of rain. But that didn't dampen the spirits of the people who attended or those who spoke, like this Afghanistan veteran.
For these men and women that died in battle, will you help me and live to uphold the commitment to service and the values that they upheld?
Jim Anderson organized this tribute to fallen heroes.
Never say thank you enough. They fought for our freedom.
Bruce Marcus for CBS News, St. Germain, Wisconsin.
Mike Rayleigh and
get your message to the thousands. Call the WCAB sales department today at 287-3356.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. President Trump back from his first international trip and tweeting about the news media all weekend long. He also defended his senior advisor and son-in-law Jared Kushner following reports that Kushner tried to set up a back-channel communication line with the Russians. Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly was asked about that by ABC's Martha Raddatz on This Week.
Any line of communication to a country, particularly a country like Russia, is a good thing. And again, it comes back into...
Even using their equipment. And I know you don't know whether that's true or not, but
I would say using their equipment that would cause you to be that communication would be considered to be kind of somewhat compromised. But the point is that any line of communication to a country like Russia is a good thing.
Later this morning, President Trump will lay a wreath at the Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery. North Korea firing another ballistic missile, the third in as many weeks. British Airways struggling to get back to normal operations after that network-wide IT disruption over the weekend. ABC's Matt Gutman's in London.
Passengers are still feeling the effects of that global outage this morning. Some of the lines lasting 24 hours over the weekend. Now the backlog is starting to ease here at the airport. Seen a lot of BAs landing and taking off, but shockingly, the airline still refuses to tell us how this power outage happened or even on what continent it happened in. Matt Gutman, ABC News, Heathrow Airport.
Shooting rampage in Mississippi over the weekend has left 8 people dead.
In a remarkable crime scene confession to Jackson Clarion Ledger reporter Therese Apel, Willie Gottwald admitted to killing 8 people and said he intended to add his own name to the list of the dead. Except that
I ran out of bullets.
The victims included 2 children and Sheriff's Deputy William Durr, whose colleagues are in mourning.
Just gotta pick up and keep going.
Steve Rushing is the sheriff in Lincoln County, Mississippi.
We still have a community to serve.
Jim Ryan, ABC News.
You're listening to ABC News.
You've been lied to by corrupt Washington politicians and the Wall Street propaganda machine. Hi, I'm Inc. magazine best-selling author Brett Kitchen, and I want to give you a free copy of my brand new book, Wealth Beyond Wall Street, because we all know another market crash could be right around the corner. After losing 35% in my IRA in the crash years ago, I said enough, and since then I discovered a way to grow money potentially double digits, reduce taxes dramatically, and also have my money protected when the next stock market crash hits. When the next market crash hits, you lose nothing. Call Wealth Beyond Wall Street now to get your free copy and talk with a specialist to discover this little-known strategy to get potential double-digit growth during good years and never lose when the next stock market crash hits, all while building a tax-advantaged retirement. Call 1-800-920-8484 to discover this asset that people like Walt Disney and JCPenney use to grow wealthy. Plus, get one of just 97 free books left. We even cover shipping and handling, no credit card required. Call 800-920-8484. 1-800-920-8484. That's 1-800-920-8484.
More than 150 firefighters spent Sunday battling a brush fire that burned at least 55 acres around Brentwood, California. Bradley Mindlin was hiking nearby when he saw smoke and called the fire department.
As we walked towards the parking lot, the white smoke got darker and bigger. We saw the flames from the parking lot, and they were moving very, very quickly up the side of the mountain and changing colors.
They say the fire was started by brush clearing equipment that was actually being used to reduce the fire risk in that area. Really scary video of a 10-year-old boy sliding off a water slide in the San Francisco area at the opening of a new water park on Saturday. He wasn't seriously hurt, but can be seen flipping up and off the slide onto the concrete. The incident coming less than a year after a 10-year-old died on a Kansas City water park slide. This month, that boy's family received a $20 million settlement. Happy birthday to President Kennedy, who would have been 100 years old today. ABC's Andy Field with more on the video tribute posted online by President Kennedy's only surviving child.
Caroline Kennedy Schlossberg still sees her father through the eyes of a child.
I remember hiding underneath my father's Oval Office desk when I was little.
Caroline and her 3 children producing a video tribute saying his push for civil rights, science, and space exploration lasted far beyond his short stay in office.
As my father said in his inaugural address, this work will not be finished in our lifetime.
An assassin ended his life when he was just 46. Andy Field, ABC News.
This is ABC News. A good night's sleep starts with the right pillow. That's where MyPillow comes in, and now for a limited time, just go to MyPillow.com, click the Radio Listener Special tab, and use promo code SKY to get 2 premium king or queen pillows and 2 additional Go Anywhere travel pillows, all for 50% off and free shipping. That's MyPillow.com, promo code SKY, or call 1-800-635-1825. 1-800-635-1825.
Visit the Open Box Wholesale Store, the super discount store of Rutherford County with brand new merchandise. Right now, the bike liquidation sale is going on. All bikes for the entire family, shoes, fitness equipment, Bluetooth speakers are only $10. Also beautiful furniture, baby items, toys, watches, framed pictures, home decor items, and veterans receive a 10% discount. Become a VIP customer and get discounted prices. Ask for details. That's the Open Box Wholesale Discount Store on Charlotte Road in Rutherfordton.
7
We'll see partly cloudy skies for this Memorial Day. It'll be warm and a little humid with a slight chance of a shower or gusty storm late in the afternoon. Highs will reach about 84 to 89 tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy. A little better shot at some showers and possibly strong to severe storms, mainly in the evening. Lows later tonight, low to mid-60s. Then we'll see mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies Tuesday. Perhaps a stray shower or storm. Highs tomorrow around 81 to 86. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Well, the sun is shining beautifully this morning, and it's 65 degrees, warming up to about 84 for a daytime high. And this afternoon, late this afternoon, we're expecting some shower activity. It may come and it may not, but new precipitation amounts up to about 1/4 of an inch possible. And we have that threat of scattered showers each afternoon this week, all the way through the weekend. On Saturday, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and highs around 82. We're going to stay in the low 80s pretty much all week. Low to mid 80s, so it's going to not a bad week for this ending of this May and beginning of June. Speaking of beginning of June, our first Owls game is going to be the first night of June 1st. Forest City Owls and Gastonia, and we'll have Phil Dangle in a little bit, talk about that along with the coach for the year, and find out more about the Owls and what you can expect to enjoy this season. We're being kind to Flora Harris today. Flora lives over in the White House community. He turns 84. And the cake winner this morning was Daniel Blankenship of Rutherfordton, 35 today. And I see on the old Be Kind To board, we have 2 dates open for this month. We have tomorrow and Wednesdays open for the Be Kind To. If you know somebody celebrating on the 30th of May and the 31st of May, birthday or anniversary, call Lou now and she'll be glad to flag those out for you and put those in. We got a lot of June dates open as well. But see, tomorrow and Thursday, tomorrow and Wednesday of this month is still open. So think about that. If you want to be kind to somebody on those dates, as long as you're 18 years old or older, we'll celebrate with them. Do encourage you to continue getting your nominations in for the Teacher of the Year. We'll try to do this each year. After the school system has nominated theirs, we like to give you an opportunity as parents, grandparents, and students to nominate the one you feel like deserves some recognition as well. So get those over to us, and we'll have the drawing, and the winner will be getting a lot of nice prizes, including a plaque for the wall mentioning her or him as Teacher of the Year. And you can get it to us any number of ways. Matter of fact, let's listen to Lou right now and tell us how.
Parents, who is your student's favorite teacher? Well, now's the time to nominate him or her for the WCAB Favorite Teacher of the Year Award. The lucky teacher will get a host of prizes donated by local merchants, including a favorite teacher wall plaque, dinner for two, a free massage, manicure and pedicure, dozen donuts, apples for the teacher, Owls tickets, and much, much more. So nominate your teacher by sending the name of the teacher, the grade and school in which they teach, and the name of the one making the nomination. All active teachers are eligible. The name of the teacher can be sent one of 4 ways. Email to WCAB Favorite Teacher at yahoo.com or mail it to Favorite Teacher, WCAB, Post Office Box 511, Rutherfordton, North Carolina, 28139, or fax it to 828-287-7182, or just bring it by the station at 191 Whiteside Road in Rutherfordton. Now, no phone calls, please, and the drawing will be held June the 5th on the morning show with Jim Bishop. So get that nomination in today.
Friends don't let friends tune to any other radio station. Good friends recommend AM 59. Shouldn't you be a good friend?
That's what I'm talking about. 9 minutes after 8 o'clock, let's look at some stories from here and there and some comments to be made around those. The Daily Courier, of course, has given us more explanations in terms of the Memorial Day ceremony that's taking place downtown Forest City today at 11 o'clock. They'll be hosting this Memorial Day ceremony. Bill Clark, Lieutenant Colonel, retired U.S. Marine Corps, will serve as the Master of Ceremonies for the event, which will include remarks by several members of the community as well as 2 wreath layings by representatives of the Armed Forces and by the Sons of the American Legion. Scheduled to speak are Forest City Mayor Steve Holland, Rutherford County Commissioners Alan Toney, American Legion Post 74 Commander Chuck Brooks, Boy Scouts of America Piedmont Council President David Hunt, Disabled American Veterans number 25 Commander Rick Harris, and American Legion Post 143's Keith Price. Doug Jackson, PEO3 USN, will present a Memorial Day poem, and Dwayne Vickers, Corporal U.S. Marine Corps, will play taps. The colors will be presented by Broad River Young Marines. Deborah Fields will sing the national anthem, and Dr. Bobby Gant will present the invocation and the benediction. Join us at 11 o'clock downtown Forest City for this event. Meanwhile, big congratulations going out to our Dr. Janet Mason. Rutherford County School Superintendent has been chosen as a recipient of this prestigious Friday Medal for 2017. The Friday Institute for Educational Innovation at NC State University's College of Education presents the awards yearly, and this year medals will honor innovative superintendents of North Carolina rural districts. And our Dr. Janet Mason was the winner of that one, so congratulations to her. Other news from around about down in Myrtle Beach. Some of you probably have stayed here at the Sands Ocean Club Offshore Drive in Myrtle Beach. It was evacuated after a fire Saturday night. Hotel guests had to leave. People were standing outside and fire trucks were on the road. The crew on the scene said multiple fire crews were there. There were a lot of videos submitted to News 13 on that fire. Perhaps you've stayed there in the past. Thank goodness you weren't there this time. Calls about the fire started coming in just about 8:30 p.m. As of 9:30, the fire was out. Meanwhile, up in Hendersonville, a man was arrested and charged Thursday after attempting to rob the Lowe's store in Hendersonville and threatening employees with a metal fence post. Dustin Saup, he's 34, old enough to know better, of North Allen Road, was arrested at 4:42 p.m. Thursday afternoon by officers with the Hendersonville Police Department. He was charged with one count of felony armed robbery and held in lieu of $60,000 secured bond. A police report says Saup attempted to steal 28 green T-posts, 2 rolls of barbed wire, and a power drill valued at $358, and used the posts as a dangerous weapon by swinging it at the employees. Captain Bruce Simmons said Saup entered Lowe's on 7th Avenue in Hendersonville and approached the customer service desk with a shopping cart full of the barbed wire and metal fencing post. He claimed to have a receipt for the items, but it was in fact an estimate. Employees then spotted the drill, which was used for display purposes only, in the bottom of the cart and confronted Saup about it. Saup became agitated and grabbed one of the fence posts from the shopping cart. Unbeknownst to Saup, Simmons said an off-duty deputy with the Henderson County Sheriff's Office was also in line and was able to subdue Saup until officers with the Hendersonville Police Department arrived. That was not Saup's lucky day. So fortunately, there was a police officer off duty, though, was in line. Saup was taken to Pardee Hospital to be cleared because of a medical condition before being booked shortly after 6 p.m. Down in Bluffton, South Carolina, a woman has been ordered to pay nearly $20,000 to a man who was attacked by her pit bull. The Island Packet reports a jury determined Maria Rivera failed to restrain her dog as it attacked Alfredo Serrato Arden outside a complex in Bluffton in February of 2016. The verdict in Serrato Arden's lawsuit against Rivera came May 19th in the Beaufort Court of Commons plea. The lawsuit says the attack caused serious injuries to several areas of Serrato Arden's body, including his right upper extremity and right lower extremity, causing pain, medical expenses, lost wages, and other damages. She was ordered to pay $19,200. Well, a good story for today's being Memorial Day. An upstate woman is celebrating the return of her late uncle's dog tags. Jean Lowry was only 8 years old when her uncle, Sergeant Samuel Medley, was killed in France in 1944 during World War II. The sergeant from Gaffney was fighting with the U.S. Army's 2nd Infantry in Normandy. Fast forward 7 decades, and a man in France was using a metal detector when he came across the dog tags. He worked hard to track down the family down in Gaffney. The family says what happened is still painful, but they're glad to have token of their uncle back. It was such a blessing that he would take the time and energy and the money. I don't know if it involved much money. He did such a wonderful job to bless us. It was a blessing from God to give this, said Medley's niece, Jean Lowry, Sergeant Medley is buried at Oakwood Cemetery in Gaffney, and they got the dog tags back after all these years. Isn't that an amazing story? Meanwhile, a successful decade-long mission for two brothers, finding photos of North Carolina Vietnam casualties. For more than a decade, two brothers from Wilmington have been trying to find photographs of everyone from North Carolina who was killed in the Vietnam War. It was part of a broader volunteer effort to find a photo for each of the nearly 58,300 names that appear on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. As each photo is found, it's posted on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund website and will be displayed in a planned education center near the wall, along with some of the hundreds of thousands of objects left at the memorial over the years. That website is www.vvmf.org. They'll have those pictures placed there that they found of North Carolina people who died in Vietnam. Last week, Jim and Tom Reese found the last of 1,958 photos for North Carolina Army Spec Douglas Bain Smith, a native of Durham, who was killed in a firefight at a mountain outpost in the central highlands of Vietnam, May 4th, 1968. He was 21 and is buried in Maplewood Cemetery near Duke University. The Reese brothers couldn't find any family members for Smith, and as far as they could tell, he dropped out of school after finishing what was then Carr Junior High School. The usual strategies of following clues on genealogy websites, classmates.com, and military websites, as well as telephone books, newspapers, and public libraries had failed to turn up anything for Smith. His was among the 22 photos of the brothers still needed last fall when the News and Observer wrote about their effort. These were the toughest of the tough, they said, the ones with no connection to family or the places they had lived. So it is tough finding a lot of those, but they have succeeded in getting the last one. The publicity helped with this, but the real breakthrough was getting in touch with Dan Brott, an ex-Special Forces soldier and Vietnam veteran who has maintained his contacts inside the military. Jim Reese says Brott found several of the remaining photos, including Smith's. The search for the photos of Vietnam casualties began as a project to find Jim's high school classmates in Wilmington who had died in the war. The brothers expanded the effort to include all of the state and eventually got involved in the larger national project. These brothers say being able to see the faces of the young men and women who gave their lives in war is a more powerful way to remember and honor them than simply reading their names on a wall. Jim Reese spent 7.5 years in the Army starting in 1970, then more than 3 decades in the Air Force Reserve, but was never sent to Vietnam. He now lives in Washington State, and his brother Tom, who works at International Paper in Regalwood, never served in the military either. He messed his knees up playing football and wasn't physically fit. But the brothers have had help over the years, most notably from Rosa King in Rowan County and Janahoan in Hawaii. They say they'll continue to help find photos of people from other states. But Reese, 67, says after spending part of nearly every day looking for these photos over the last decade, wondering if they'll ever find them all for North Carolina, he says he can rest a bit. He has found the last one for North Carolina. It's a sense of relief, he said. It's something you can hang your hat on. Like the country song says, you can look back and say, I've done a good thing. Photos of men and women killed in Vietnam can be found on the Vietnam Veterans Memorial Fund website, www.v as in Victor, vvmf.org, as well as the Roll of Honor section of togetherweserved.com. Another great story. Those efforts succeeded in finding the last picture of North Carolina veterans who died in Vietnam. And there were many of them. 19 past 8 o'clock. We'll have that sheriff's report in just a moment.
Why are you fidgeting so much? What's that spinning noise?
Fidget spinners.
Where'd you get those at?
Smith Strokes gift shop.
What else do they got there?
Toys, games, costumes, puzzles.
Puzzles too. Hey, listen, if you all want to looking for a gift and you want to come down to Smith Drugs, visit our gift shop, and while you're there, get something to eat. Maybe pick up one of these fidget spinner things.
My mom used to always tell me no when I wanted to play games online or video chat with Nana. She said it's because we had a slow DSL connection. But then we switched to Northland, and their internet is seriously fast.
With packages starting at $29.99 per month and speeds up to 100 megabits per second, it's time you said no to slow and yes to Northland. Call 1-888-NORTHLAND or visit getnorthland.com/fast today. Limited time offer. Additional restrictions and conditions apply. See getnorthland.com/offers for details.
Wondering where to turn for your real estate needs? I invite you to turn to the professionals of RE/MAX Journey. Sherry Revis and Michelle Uckpich are now located in Rutherfordton at 141 Laurel Hill Drive behind Hardee's. They offer many years of experience with excellent results. Let Sherry and Michelle go to work for you. Call the RE/MAX office today at 828-395-2222 or visit them on the web at www.journeyrealtync.com. Nobody sells more real estate than RE/MAX.
Each office independently owned and operated.
Dr. Josh Edgerton is the newest addition to Rutherford Surgical Associates. Dr. Edgerton is highly trained in performing laparoscopies, endoscopies, reflux surgeries, vein closure, and other surgeries. Rutherford Surgical Associates is located at 330 Highway 108, just around the corner from Rutherford Regional Medical Center. For more information about Rutherford Surgical Associates and Dr. Edgerton, call 828-286-1743 or visit myrutherfordregional.com/general surgery.
Hey, I know you like clean carpets. Nobody likes to have a dirty carpet around their house. Well, if you want a clean carpet, I'd recommend Quality Clean Carpet Care. Tim Gordon is the man, and his team, they have a wonderful, dependable record of quality carpet cleaning, and it's in the name, Quality Clean Carpet Care. 25 years of experience, licensed, bonded, and right now, some really great springtime specials. 3 rooms, $74.99. 5 rooms, only $94.99. And if you need the sofa, love seat, and chair cleaned, it's only $74.99. Why don't you check with Quality Clean Carpet Care? They'll do a great work for you at your home or your office. Here's the number to call, 453-8886. When you want it clean the right way, get it done the Quality Clean Carpet Care way. Here's that phone number again, 453-8886, 453-8886. Another thing, Tim knows what chemicals work and what doesn't work, so don't let just anybody clean your carpet. He has a knowledge of those chemicals. You don't want just anything on your carpet, but Tim knows that. He knows what to look for. Here now is Deputy Chapman with the Sheriff's Report.
Well, in the past 48 hours, the Rutherford County Sheriff's Office has responded to 269 calls, made 11 arrests, currently have 193 incarcerated in the county jail. On our incident reports, we've got a David Howell Skipper of Forest City reported incidents of misdemeanor B&E. A Johnny Willard Boone, Butler Street, reported incidents of injury to personal property. Francis Earl Rowland of Rutherford reported incidents of B&E to a motor vehicle, larceny from a vehicle, and uttering a forged instrument. Holly Marie Tate reported incidents of misdemeanor larceny. Megan Brooke Thacker reported incidents she reported incidents of a welfare check. William J. Hemrick of Bostic reported incidents of damage to personal property. Crystal Newton of Rutherford reported incidents of a dog bite. Trista Renee Hill of Rutherford reported incidents of a stolen female. R Central High School reported incidents of assault and battery. And on our arrest reports, we've got a Lacey Jane Scoggins of Bostic, charged with 2 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. So she was held under a $2,000 secured bond. April Annette McClure, Newton Cole Road, charged with 1 count driver license revoked. She was released under a $1,000 unsecured bond. Michael Sean Green, Missouri Street in Spindale, charged with 1 count of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle. Don't see a bond listed on that one. Ivy June Lamb of Ballpark Road in Spindale, charged with a school attendance law violation. Like it was a criminal summons. Audra Mae Hines, Hammock Drive in Ellenboro, charged 1 count of assault and battery and 1 count of communicating threats. Looks like it was also a criminal summons. Brandy Nicole Watts, Henrietta Street in Ellenboro, charged 1 count of simple assault. So it was a criminal summons. Alan Bradley Connor of Oscar Justice Road in Rutherford, charged with 4 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor and 1 count of failure to comply. So he was held under a $13,500 secured bond. So Jordan Christopher Williams, Forest Park Drive in Kannapolis, charged with 17 counts of identity theft and 1 count of forgery of instrument. So he was held under a $100,000 secured bond. Jason Eugene Price, Kaiser, North Carolina, was served with a criminal summons for a school attendance law violation. Donald Keith Robbins, North Quail Run in Forest City, charged 1 count of communicating threats. So it was a criminal summons. Jerry Nathaniel Ellickson, Newhouse Road, Ellenboro, charged 2 counts of failure to appear on a misdemeanor, placed under a $1,000 secured bond. Jamar Jarrell Clemens, Scott Street in Kannapolis, North Carolina, charged with 15 counts of identity theft and 1 count of forgery of a item, and it looks like he was placed under $85,000 secured bond. Michael Christopher Blankenship, Dixie Trail Drive in Forest City, charged 1 count of assault on a female, 1 count of communicating threats, and was also served with an outstanding warrant on communicating threats. He was held under, or he was released under a $20,000 unsecured bond. Anthony Dwight Coates of Sunburst Drive in Rutherford, charged 1 count of assault on a female, 1 count of failure to appear on a misdemeanor. So, I don't see a bond listed on that one. Aaron Howard Yelton, Kitten Trail in Forest City, charged 1 count of communicating threats. Like it was a criminal summons. Todd McKinley Mann Sr., 3rd Street in Caroline, was charged with going armed to the terror of the people and simple assault. So he was released on a $1,000 unsecured bond. Marvin Lewis Wilson of Sites Drive in Forest City, charged with assault on a female. Looks like it was a criminal summons. Amber Nicole Cobb, Rock Corner Road in Forest City, charged 1 count of communicating threats. And it was a criminal summons. Cora Lynn Hudson, Moses Lane in Bostic, was served with a criminal summons for misdemeanor larceny. Mark Twain Van Dyke of Boston Sunshine Highway in Bostic was served with a criminal summons for assault and battery. Ray Dwayne Wilson, Georgia Avenue in Forest City, was charged with failure to appear on a misdemeanor, placed under a $2,000 secured bond. And Fantasia DeAndre Jackson, 4th Ford Road in Rutherford, was charged with misdemeanor conversion. I believe it was going to be a criminal summons as well. And that's all we got this morning, Jim.
Do you need some extra money in your pocket? Try Insurance Service Associates, your local independent agent. We can shop your auto and home insurance with several companies to get you better coverage and the best rate. Insurance Service Associates at 127 East Trade Street in Forest City for auto, home, or commercial insurance. More choices, better coverage, best rate. That's Insurance Service Associates, 245-5301.
You know, Oakland Feed and Seed, Oakland Road in Spindale, has been part of the family for years. Your granddad, your dad, and now this generation is depending on the great inventory, excellent service, and better pricing. Listen to some of these items we need probably right about now. 10-10-10 fertilizer, $9.50 a bag. Dog food, fire and ant killer in spray and granular. Flea and tick prevention. Carpenter bee traps, weed killer, and so much more. Go see Scott and his team today at 770 Oakland Road, Spindale, and keep the family tradition going.
There's nothing tougher than the Coca-Cola 600.
It's long, it's hot, and Charlotte's just a demanding racetrack.
Plus Junior.
I would have guessed I'd have got a win here, but it just hasn't happened.
And
3 stage wins and a race win would be incredible.
I hope everything that NASCAR does is a morale boost for our veterans.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass.
This is the place where you can forget all about work for a while and celebrate the good old US of A. And take in the best bumper-banging, fist-waving, hero-making short track race of the year, the Bass Pro Shops NRA Night Race. And kids' tickets are just $10. Be there August 19th, because it ain't just another race. It's Bristol, baby.
There's no one in the world quite like you. That's why your search for a car is more than just, well, the search for a car. It's about finding the perfect car for you. The right car to carry you on the journey to your dreams. At Auto Trader, you can compare new and used cars and save your searches along the way. Auto Trader will send you cars that match what you're looking for. And they'll even let you know when the price drops on a car you've saved. Auto Trader, the only car search engine driven by you.
here at Charlotte, the Coca-Cola 600 is brutal on both man and machine and one of NASCAR's toughest races to win. This year's pole sitter, Kevin Harvick.
It's a very, very, very challenging race. It's long, it's hot, and Charlotte's just a demanding racetrack. Better be ready to physically and mentally to hold the pace that you need to for 4.5, 5 hours.
Kyle Busch will share the front row Sunday with Chase Elliott starting third. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the meantime will take the green flag from 19th. Jr. has won an all-star race here at Charlotte, but nothing else.
So I've been coming here a long time, and considering we've had some decent success in the sport, I would have guessed I'd have got a win here in a points race at some point, but it just hasn't happened.
Hoping to end the drought, Jr. is using the same chassis setup as teammate Jimmy Johnson, a four-time 600 winner who's confident about another trip to victory lane.
Knowing we had such a competitive run in the all-star race and have a great place to build from and work from brings a lot of optimism.
Now, a year ago, Martin Truex Jr. set an all-time NASCAR record for laps and miles led in a single race when he was out front for 392 of the 400 circuits. Boy, would he love to do that again.
3 stage wins and a race win would be incredible. So, yeah, I mean, last year certainly would have been nice to have those stage points in the playoffs when our engine blew up at Talladega.
With the Chevy SS being discontinued, Chevrolet will unveil their 2018 Cup car in Detroit August 10th. Earlier this week, Charlotte's chapter of Speedway Children's Charities raised nearly $900,000. And let's get you what you need. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
AutoZone presents Peak Performance. Maximizing fuel economy, engine life, and overall performance doesn't take a lot. Thanks to field treatment and fluids from AutoZone. Like right now, you can get a 16-ounce can of Seafoam motor treatment for only $7.99. So visit your local AutoZone. With over 5,000 locations, the right supplies and good advice are just around the corner. Let's get you what you need. See store for restrictions and details.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
NASCAR Vice Chairman Mike Helton explains why they and the Charlotte Motor Speedway put so much into honoring the military on Memorial Day weekend.
I hope everything that NASCAR does is a morale boost for our veterans because they deserve that every day we get up and take a breath. We owe it to the military veterans who have served or are serving currently or will serve in the future.
Mark Garrow and PRN's Garage Pass, brought to you in part by AutoZone.
Come by today and see Jacob and all the fine folks at Broadway Tire Service. They're locally owned and offer full auto service, tires, brakes, alignments. They also carry a full line of custom rims and accessories to make your vehicle look brand new again. They also offer pick and delivery. Open Monday through Friday 8 to 5, Saturday 8 till noon. Call 245-4505. Broadway Tire Service, West Main Street in Forest City.
We'll see partly cloudy skies for this Memorial Day. It'll be warm and a little humid with a slight chance of a shower or gusty storm late in the afternoon. Highs will reach about 84 to 89 tonight. Partly to mostly cloudy. A little better shot at some showers and possibly strong to severe storms, mainly in the evening. Lows later tonight, low to mid-60s. Then we'll see mostly cloudy to partly sunny skies Tuesday. Perhaps a stray shower or storm. Highs tomorrow around 81 to 86. I'm meteorologist Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
We're currently 69 degrees. Sunny skies are prevailing here on this Memorial Day Monday. We got pretty good weather. Only a 50% chance of that happening rain-wise, and that should be this afternoon, maybe even tonight. Now looking toward the weekend, let's look at Wednesday night first night of the Owls opening game. Partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain, and we'll hold that off hopefully. And then toward the weekend on Friday, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of showers. Saturday, 50% chance, scattered showers, and we think most of those probably going to be popping up in the afternoon. So we hope that'll be the case. Right now, again, 69 degrees. And remember, coming up at 11 o'clock today is the Memorial Day ceremony in downtown Forest City, Main Street, sponsored by the town of Forest City and the American Legion Willis Towery Post number 74, Disabled American Veterans Chapter number 25, and the American Legion Ray Robertson Post number 423, and the Marine Corps League Corporal Chris S. Ebert Detachment number 1221. That's 11 o'clock today. The weather's going to be perfect for that. One other quick reminder, those of you who packed those bags over the weekend, didn't get them to the dump, well, the Rutherford County landfill and all the convenience centers are closed today in observance of Memorial Day, so hold them off till tomorrow. And for goodness sakes, don't dump them over the fence there. They don't like that. All right, we got some guests in the Blue Room with me this morning because this is an exciting week in the world of baseball this week. I felt like I just sort of had to invite him anyway, but the Phil Daigle is here. He's the owner of the Forest City Owls. He's here this morning in the Blue Room. Phil, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Doing great. Welcome. Good to see you.
Good to see you. And before we even begin, thank you to all the veterans and the people that keep us free and allow us to have baseball.
Good. This is an exciting week for you and the team.
Indeed.
Tonight's a big night. Tell us a little bit about what
tonight is Support the Military Night. We are playing an exhibition game, and we're going to have the Army Band in advance. We're going to have parachutists come out of the sky at about 10 minutes or 5 minutes of 7. For those of you that are observant, they're going to do a practice run at 4 o'clock, and then the real one at 7 o'clock. And they're going to present the first ball to one of the veterans of one of the wars. In fact, I think we're going to have 3 or 4 veterans of each of the wars throw out the first pitch and play baseball.
It sounds like an exciting night. You've got us excited, so why don't I give away a pair of tickets?
We're going to give away a pair of tickets to the
caller number 5, Luke.
Caller number 5.
Caller number 5, got a pair of tickets for tonight's game, or any game, I guess, coming up.
Any game that you want to go, but we would prefer you use them tonight.
Exchange this ticket at the ticket booth for a free general admission ticket for tonight.
Right.
And tonight it sounds like an exciting night for...
It's an exciting night because it's a night of firsts for us. This is our second year of ownership, but it's the first year that we have brand new decks that we have spent a lot of money on building, adding pub tables, adding a deck, better view of the field. We have a first-year coach who you're going to hear from in a minute that we're very excited about. We have several players, and we have 4 or 5 players that are going to be reporting later because they're involved in the College World Series, and the playoffs for those teams begin next week. So we're excited about getting them. It's going to be a great season.
We want to come back to you in just a few minutes, Phil, talk about some other events coming up this year. But let's switch that mic over to Matt Reed. He's the new coach this year. Matt, good morning.
Good morning. Glad to be here, and like he said, just a big thank you to all the veterans on this Memorial Day for all that they do for us and giving us the freedom to be in this country and to live in the manner that we do. It's truly humbling, and we thank those guys each and every day.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I got this job in November. How I got it was kind of an interesting story. One of the guys that I played high school baseball with was going to be the head coach. He was an assistant here last year, and he ended up getting a full-time job at a school that he was going to have to stay and recruit. So he talked to Phil and told him that he thinks that I would be a good fill-in for him. So we met at Outback in Statesville and got to talking for about an hour and a half, and then after that he offered me the job on the spot. So it's been kind of a quick turnaround, and I'm just excited for the opportunity to be able to be a part of the CPL and part of the Owls.
What's your background in baseball?
I played at the University of South Florida during my college time. Then I moved on, and after I decided that I wanted to get into coaching young, so I went back to my hometown of Albemarle and ended up going to being a volunteer assistant at Pfeiffer. I was there for 3 years, and then recently my assistant coach that coached me at the University of South Florida got the head coaching job at Greensboro College, and he called me when he was getting interviewed for it and asked me if he got the job, would I be his pitching coach. So I said yes. He ended up getting the job a couple weeks later, and then from there I've been at Greensboro College for the last 2 years.
What's your evaluation of the team that's been formed this year to play for the Elms?
It's been great. A lot of the kids that are on the team I've either coached in college through other various summer teams, or I've coached some of them in high school from around the county where I grew up in. So having those guys that I've coached before, I think, will help in building an early cohesiveness within the team, and hopefully it can bring a lot of guys bring the guys together a little bit quicker. And with that, I tell the guys, basically for me, getting those guys to gel as quickly as they can will be kind of a big thing with helping our season become a good season. And a lot of them know what I expect. They know how I am personality-wise, so they can help those guys a lot more.
What about your coaching team? I know you have some support there with your team.
Yes, I do. I got my pitching coach is Craig Bolden. He's an assistant at Pfeiffer University, and I've coached with him for the better part of 2 years. And I know him, and he's going to do a great job with those guys. And the other guy is Avery Booker. He was the assistant at Brevard College, but now he is with me at Greensboro College. He decided to make the change, and he came over to our staff during this summer, so it's been good. And one other thing about some of our players, having guys that are we got a couple guys from App State, we got a couple guys from NC State coming, and then we got a couple kids from Western Carolina, so we're trying to stay in North Carolina and make sure we get those local guys.
Anybody from Rutherford County on the team this year?
Yes, we do. We have Connor Daly, who's a pitcher at Lenore Ryan. We got John Bennett, who's from Rutherfordton, I believe, and went to East Rutherford High School.
Right.
And then we got Ethan Stewart. Then John and Ethan are both at Tusculum College. So trying to get as many local kids as we can to make sure that everybody gets to know those guys and comes out and supports them.
Hand that mic back over to Phil just a second. Ticket giveaway will come back up in just a minute. Phil, pulling a team together, how do you go about it?
It's really a combination of three people. Matt is the driving force because he knows a lot of the kids, and it's his connections with the other coaches that recommend. I'm also a part of it because I have a relationship with Middle Tennessee, who sent us 2 or 3 kids this year. The Owls have a long-standing relationship with the Air Force Academy, and they're sending us 2 kids that are coming today. They stay 3 or 4 weeks, and these 2 kids are supposed to be outstanding ball players. And then we have a long-standing relationship with Lander because of J.T. McGuire, who was here last year. He sent us some kids. And then we have a relationship with a school that very many people haven't heard of called Stevens Institute, which is out of New York, which just sent us a great pitcher last year, and he's back, and he brought a pitching friend with him. So I have responsibility for a few of the kids, and then our she's not a general manager, but she's in charge of the players, Taylor Miller, who is connected well with some college coaches. He played softball in Alabama. So the three of us really input, but Matt is the deciding vote. We filter to him the people, and he says, I have enough left-handed pitchers. We don't need any more, but we need catchers. We get a lot of offers on players right up to the very end. I still get them on my text every day. So it's really an effort, but Matt is the driving force. The other thing is we like to bring kids back that were here last year. And we have 6 or 7 of those that have come back. They like their host family so much. They enjoyed their stay in Forest City. That's a great way to build a team. That's the way you build a winner. And then our goal is to do it again next year and have 6 or 7 kids come back again. And ultimately, you build a nucleus of 12 or 14 kids that have been here before, are comfortable here, understand the bus brings you home at 2 o'clock in the morning, and that's a great situation, and we're really building towards that.
What size is the number on the roster? How many do you have on the team?
We have 32 right now. I don't think we have all 32 in place. We have probably about 25, 26. We have, as I said, the Air Force kids are coming today, and then we have 4 or 5 kids that are in the College World Series. Excuse me, and as that team loses, they will come. I'm not sure that we have any kids that will be on the ultimate winner. Matt would know that better than I am. But I guess NC State's got a pretty good team, and I guess South Florida's got a pretty good team, so we might. I watched batting practice yesterday, and there were a few kids that consistently hit the ball out of the park, so I was very excited about that.
We're going to come back in just a few moments. My guest this morning is Phil Dangle and Matt, the coach of the Forest City Owls. We'll come back and continue this conversation and give away 2 tickets to the Owls game right after this.
Tri-City Tire is your tire center. They do brake work, alignments, other auto work. For dependable, trustworthy work, you can always depend on Tri-City Tire. Darryl and his staff at Tri-City Tire would like to say a big congratulations to all the graduates. May you go far in life and accomplish much. This message brought to you from your friends at Tri-City Tire in Rutherford, 287-8778. Best wishes, graduates, from Tri-City Tire.
Enjoy the taste of the Orient at the Dragon Palace. Enjoy a fine dining experience with an all-day buffet loaded with delicious chicken, pork, beef, seafood, fried rice, also a sushi and a hibachi bar with made-to-order entrees. Dine in or take out. Call 287-5707. Open 7 days a week. They offer a nice private party room for work events or a family gathering. The Dragon Palace has been voted 3 years in a row the best Chinese food in Rutherford County. Stop in today for a delicious meal and superb service. That's the Dragon Palace, Chinese cuisine at its best, and the White Oak Plaza Shopping Center in Spindale.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the help of Laura Hodge at the Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, you can get all your medicines synchronized. That promotes better compliance. No more trying to remember if you've taken this medicine or not. It takes the pressure off trying to remember what comes next. Ask about the RX Simplicity, or just tell them you want your medicine synchronized. Remember also, Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the place to get Dr. Comfort therapeutic footwear. You will be able to feel the difference. The Medicine Box of Rutherfordton is the home of the 2 Old Goats lotion for joint pain that's working so well for many people in this area. Stop in and ask about it today at Medicine Box of Rutherfordton, right beside the Napa store, Charlotte Road, Rutherfordton. Talking with Phil Dangle and Matt Reed of the Forest City Owls here this morning about tonight's game as well as the entire season. And I've got a pair of tickets I want to give away. Caller number 5 right now. Caller number 5. If you'd like to go to the game tonight, we've got a pair of tickets right here. And tonight, you tell me, Phil, tonight's going to be an exciting time with the parachuters.
Tonight's going to be a big night for the military. We're going to congratulate and have all the military people in the place take part in things and some games, and we're going to recognize them as doing the job for us that we really appreciate. Yeah. One of the things I want to talk about Matt had really 3 redeeming virtues in hiring him. One of them I didn't know when I hired him, but first of all, he's a very dedicated and loyal Boston Red Sox fan, which is important to me. And second of all, his dad is the current bullpen coach of the Atlanta Braves. In fact, we have 3 or 4 connections in the major league on the team. The other coach's granddad was a very famous, I shouldn't say was, he's still alive, I believe, is a very famous ex-manager in the majors and GM. His name is Jack McKeon, and he managed Kansas City, he managed the Reds, and I'm missing a team, but he managed a third team. The Florida Marlins. And they won the World Series under him. And then we have one of our catchers from Western Carolina's dad is in the Dodger organization currently. So we're going to have a lot of scouts, we hope, in the stands watching this year. The third redeeming virtue of Matt that I didn't know when I met him is he has a beautiful girlfriend and and more importantly, a very nice young lady.
That's good. That's good. Every coach needs that, right?
Every coach needs that. And we expect her to be in the stands for every game.
How many, Jonathan or Jeanette Matheny won the tickets?
Jeanette Matheny won the tickets. Come find me tonight at the game. I'm wearing a white owl. I'll be wearing a white owl shirt. Come say hello.
Jeanette Matheny. And we'll hold these tickets here for you, Jeanette, to pick up. How many games have we played all season long, including official and unofficial?
Well, we're going to play about 62 or 63. We have a big announcement on one of the games coming tomorrow, which I hope to come back and see Jim on, but if not, you'll check the newspaper. And we play 58 or 59 league games starting tomorrow night. We have some unusual things this season. We have a couple of doubleheaders. We have a 12 o'clock start, which is going to be a splash day, which is going to be all about kids at 12 o'clock and water games. And then we have a Father's Day game on Father's Day night. And what could be more American than bringing your dad to the baseball game? So we're looking forward to all those things.
Well, we're excited about being a part of the team this year as well. A lot of broadcasts here on WCAB.
Right. We've expanded our broadcast with Jim. We're going to do, I believe, 18 or 19 games this year, up from 9 last year. Our announcer, Zach, is going to be doing those away games, So I'm proud to say that we're knocking the Atlanta Braves off a couple of nights and taking their spot, thanks to Jim. And we're trying to make WCAB the home of the Owls.
Sounds good, and a lot of folks, indeed, as I mentioned to Zach the other day, a lot of folks already have asked him the games we're going to be broadcasting.
That's great.
So
that's great. That's what we're trying to do.
And I told this story to the ones we had here on Friday, and I'll tell you guys, the New York connection brought it to my mind again. I have 2 grandkids live in New York City. My daughter and her husband live in New York City. And when they come to town, they always come to an Owls game, and they have really fallen in love with the Owls. They have the caps, wear them on the streets of New York City. And there were some with not too long ago, and they had their Owls caps on. And some guy said, "Who are the Owls? Where's the Owls?" And the boy said, "That's my favorite team. They're in Forest City, North Carolina." So they plug in the Owls all the way from New York.
You would be absolutely amazed at the requests from strange and out-of-town cities and states to buy hats, to buy baseball cards, to buy Owls merchandise for collectors. It just amazes me. In November and December and February, we'll get 2 or 3 letters wanting to buy a hat or a T-shirt. It just astounds me.
You've done some renovations quickly over there this year, too. Tell us a bit just quickly.
We added a deck. I want to call it the party deck, the drinking deck. I know that's not necessarily popular, but what we're really trying to do is attract younger people into the ballpark. The demographics of baseball are older, and we are trying to bring the 25 to 35-year-old people into the park, and so we've built a deck where we're going to promote hot dogs and soda and beer at $1 if you're upstairs on the deck, to see if we can pull some people in to watch baseball. We need to get baseball, although it's America's pastime, I think maybe football has gone by it a little bit in some cases.
And tonight's game starts at what time?
6:05 tonight, 7:05 tomorrow night, and the parachutists tonight will be somewhere between 5:45 and 6.
Matt, welcome to town. Glad to have you here.
I'm glad to be here and excited for this opportunity this summer, and hopefully we can put a good winning product on the field day in and day out.
Well, we look forward to the great season. Look forward to having you on WCAB. And Phil, thanks for the good work you're doing over there. Always glad to have you.
Glad to be here. Always fun to be with you.
Anytime you want to come back, be on the radio, just let me know.
Be careful.
Have a great Memorial Day, folks. I'll see you over to the Forest City downtown, 11 o'clock for the ceremony, and tonight the Falls game.
Trump has wrapped up his 9-day overseas trip. German Chancellor Angela Merkel is urging European Union nations to stick together in the face of new uncertainty over the United States and other challenges. CBS News this morning spoke with USA Today's Susan Page, and she says the last few days of this trip is the most significant.
We've been looking at this 9-day trip. The White House has portrayed it as being very successful. But I think with the benefit of some history, this will be the most significant development that comes out of the president's first foreign trip, and that is this deterioration in the architecture